Hey YouTube, welcome to the We All Juggle Knives channel. Today I've got Wartech Apex Predator Kunai. Yes, with a name like that, these should basically disintegrate whatever they hit with a name like that. Alright, so the brand is Wartech. These are kind of obscure. I haven't really seen them for sale at many places. I found these at Wild Bill Wholesale. I don't know where else to get them, so don't ask for a link because the links change. Now this is going to be a full review of these, are they good for the beginner thrower? How do they stack up against other kunai? But before that, let's see these in action. I'm going to roll in the highlight reel of my first ever throwing session with these. Alright, so enjoy that clip and I'll be back. Alright, I hope you like that. We are back. Yeah, so these Wartech Apex Predator Kunai, were they fun? Absolutely, they were very fun. Now, the stats on these, they're basically 12 inches long, so they're larger kunai. Your larger kunai like this are definitely going to be easier to throw than those little tiny ones that they sell, like, they'll sell 6 or 12, but they'll be tiny. Don't waste your time with those. I recommend, a full-size kunai like this. Now it's a stainless steel. The steel is going to be fairly soft. It's not a knife for cutting things, okay? So they don't do some, primo heat treatment on it or anything. Is it sharp? It's not sharp like a knife that you would cut things with. It is a little bit sharp though. You might want to dull it if you throw from the blade a lot. It's not going to slice you like a razor blade, but just the friction, like the friction, it could kind of tear and rip depending how hard you're gripping and throwing. Right, so you might want to dull those, or conversely, if you want it to be like a real knife, you could sharpen one or both edges, depending on your local laws. I don't know if you can see that tip there, okay, but the tips on these are so pointed that it's inevitable that they're going to bend, okay? That's just inevitable. This one amazingly hasn't bent yet, but these two bent just from throwing and impacting, sometimes hitting each other. So you're going to have to reprofile those tips. You can reprofile them with a file. I prefer using a work sharp. It's a handheld grinder. But you could also use a Dremel, a grinder, drill attachment, some sort of power tool. But you're going to have to, reprofile those tips when they bend. Reprofile them to a more broad, less pointy geometry. They'll still stick perfectly fine, but they won't bend. Now these are going to get beat up as they hit into each other when you throw them at a small target. They're going to get dents and chips right in the kunai, and also they're going to shred. They're going to shred the grips here. So you're going to want to repair the grip with just electrical tape every time that happens. And when you get little dents and nicks and rolls, you're going to have to file that or grind that. Standard maintenance for throwing knives. So how are these to throw? They're fun. I throw them like, I hold them down here and throw them like that. They're fun to throw. They're so pointed that they stick well, but when they do stick, you have to really work to get these out of the target. You're going to spend a lot of time getting them out of the target. How do these stack up to the previous kunai that I've reviewed? These are the Perfect Point brand kunai. I've reviewed these previously. I'll include a link. Well, basically the grind is different, okay? The Perfect Point you know, they have a center line and then a grind on each side, a hollow grind. All right, whereas this, there's a flat part. That black part is a flat part, and then the grind starts. There's a bevel there, a bevel there. So basically, these Wartechs are thicker and they're heavier. Okay, they're a bit, well, a bit noticeably heavier than the Perfect Points. So is that good? I like it. I like that they're heavier. It makes them more substantial. You can throw them harder without them spinning into space. So my overall opinion on these, they're awesome. They are badass. You're going to have to fix up the tips and repair them like any throwing knife. But for the price, yes, these are some of the best kunai I've found. So yeah, I would definitely recommend them if you want kunai. Beginners would probably find them pretty fun as long as you know how to maintain and repair them. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the video. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.